If I was working for a much more professional wrestling company, things like this wouldn't happen to me, but I suppose that's a conversation that needs to be had as we get closer to the bidding war of 2024.
MJF is a money-making machine, and we all know Vince McMahon will do anything to please his television networks. MJF is super talented in the ring, and he is by far the best promo in the modern era of pro wrestling. It just so happens that WWE is apparently very interested in MJF's work, as USA Network executives think that he has what it takes to make it big in the WWE. Yet many wrestling fans keep saying that there is no competition between the WWE and All Elite Wrestling. This is all the proof you need. The man's contract with AEW has another 2 years left, and WWE has already made it quite clear that they want him to sign with them and be on their shows. And here is where it gets interesting. Recent AEW programming has been featuring a feud between MJF and CM Punk, in which we have seen some of the best wrestling promos in years. Unlike WWE, who scripts every single thing that happens on their shows, AEW does not script their promos. They simply give bullet points to their wrestlers and trust them to do their jobs, which is how it should be done. This leads to promos sounding more real, and gets the fans invested into the feuds. MJF is a genius. He knows that he is amazing at what he does, and uses that fact to boost his confidence, which is one of the main factors that makes his gimmick what it is. He keeps kayfabe alive wherever he goes, in interviews and behind the scenes. This is something which modern pro wrestling needs. He is a throwback to the good old days. But besides his confidence, another thing which he's boosting is his own price. MJF has been mentioning the other wrestling promotion, hinting at WWE many times on AEW programming, which always gets a solid reaction from the fans. Just recently on this week's Dynamite, we saw MJF and CM Punk in a post-match promo where he mentioned main eventing WrestleMania.
Piper was actually talented enough to main event a WrestleMania. If I'm not starting to be shown the proper respect around here, maybe I'll main event a Mania too.
MJF is not a stranger to the WWE, as he was once featured in a segment acting as one of Samoa Joe's bodyguards, which was then referenced on AEW programming. The fans love it when MJF puts real-life elements in his work, because it keeps things fresh and moves away from the heavily scripted promos we're used to seeing on Raw and SmackDown. When asked on the possibility of MJF joining the WWE, Dave Meltzer stated, "I had a conversation with him about it, and I don't think he is going anywhere. I mean, if the financial deal, was really ridiculous by WWE, but who knows what they're thinking in 2024. They usually don't give ridiculous deals to someone who has never, in their mind, been a big deal. I could see there being a big bidding war. It's just a question of how high they're willing to go. I wouldn't say he's locked into AEW, but all things being equal, he won't be leaving AEW. MJF is only 25 years old. This man has a long career in front of him. There are fans who say he will stay in AEW for the rest of his life, and there are others who truly believe him going to the WWE is a possibility. But what do you think? Do you think MJF has a future in the WWE? Or will he stay in AEW? Leave a comment and tell us what you think.